Coco Gauff cruises past Iga Swiatek to reach Madrid Open final for first time. For Coco Gauff, it was about as good as it gets. For Iga Swiatek, a changeover midway in the second set said it all. With Gauff ahead 6-1, 3-0, Swiatek draped a towel over her head. She kept it there as she sipped water from an open can. And when she pulled it off to go back on the court, she wiped tears from under her eyes. A recovery from there seemed unlikely, especially as Gauff trotted back onto court to close business. The tears continued through the final changeover, before Gauff did to Swiatek what Swiatek has done to so many others on Europe's red clay the past 5 years. She beat the 4-time French Open champion 6-1, 6-1 in a little over an hour at the Casa Magica in Madrid, setting up a final against either world no. One Arina Sabalenka or Elena Svitolina of Ukraine. The win puts Gauff into her first individual final of the season. It also pulls her a click closer in her head-to-head with Świątek, the world no. 2 and the dominant player of the last 4 seasons. Świątek now leads the head-to-head 11-4, but Gauff has won the last 3 matches. At one point, the head-to-head was 7-0 and seemingly unsolvable for Gauff. It's 4-4 since then. Gauff, who played an error-strewn opening match against Diana Yastremska in which she lost the first set, without winning a game, was clinical Thursday in Madrid. She had just 4 unforced errors on her forehand and 4 on the backhand against 18 winners. She won 90% of the points she played on her first serve and 69% on her second. She converted 5 of 7 break points. Ultimately, she won 57 points to just 26 for Świątek. "I was aggressive and I played with margin," Gauff said on the court after the win. "Maybe her level wasn't her best, but I think I forced her into some awkward positions." Gauff says she told herself she needed to raise her level in the second set. Świątek had lost the first in her quarterfinal match 6-0, but recovered to win the next 2 over Australian Open champion Madison Keys. "At any moment, she can come back and play great tennis," Gauff said. Very quickly, it became apparent that was not going to happen. For Świątek, the defending champion in Madrid, the defeat continues a season that would delight just about anyone on the WTA Tour. But she is not anyone. She has reached the quarterfinals at worst in every tournament she has played, but is yet to play a final. Her defeats this year have largely been to peaking opponents and eventual tournament winners, and on the surface, all the signs of them were present in Spain. A slew of groundstroke errors and a sense of bewilderment against a player playing at a very high level. But this was not really like those matches. Świątek's defensive footwork and general movement, which is close to peerless and one of her greatest strengths, was absent. It seemed stiff and stilted throughout the afternoon in a way that it rarely does on clay. Usually, she glides across the court with a lethal combination of ease and speed, sliding into shots but never through them, then hustling back into position and jumping on the first chance to end the point. Instead, as Gauff belied her recent struggles on her forehand side by whipping the ball up and down into the court and out of her opponent's easy reach time and again, Świątek looked adrift. She knocked in 70% of her first serves but won just 35% of those points, figures that are difficult to comprehend for a player at her level. She never won more than 2 consecutive points, and just 6 points on Gauff's serve in 7 games. It was Świątek's worst loss on clay since 2019, when Simona Halep beat her 6-1, 6-0 at the French Open 6-1, 6-0. At the time, Świątek was ranked 104th and considering going to college. Halep was the world no. 3 and the defending Roland Garros champion. The following year, Świątek beat Halep in straight sets on her way to first Roland Garros title. Świątek must now regroup for the Italian Open in Rome, where she is the defending champion, as she was in Madrid and as she will be at the French Open in Paris.